So I just came around the corner into this cove. I saw butt cheeks in a thong, but it was a big man wearing a cowboy hat. I wonder if this guy talks shit about these guys over here, because they're peasants that live on the mainland and he's got his own island. Oh, that's really smoky. That's really hot. Ha! Flip me, that's even hotter, the metal bit. Don't touch that. Hey guys, do you want to come on a manly camping trip? No, me neither. I've got twinkly lights. All right, wiener number 2 coming up. All right, standing up for this. It's definitely a squatter. What's up guys, welcome back to another episode. That over there is Lake Havasu. That is one of the largest lakes in Arizona. It holds 210 billion gallons of water. It's got over 400 miles of shoreline, and if 2 million households used their water as normal, it would take them a year to drain it. So it's pretty impressive. And I've lived here for about a year and I've explored a decent amount of it. Well, over the next few days, my intention is to explore all of it. I'm gonna ride every single mile of shoreline. I'm gonna go into every cove and I'm gonna document the adventure. I have the ski loaded up behind me, full of camping gear so that I can be out here for as long as it takes. So join me, enjoy this episode, and let's get out there. Just like that, the adventure begins. So I'm going to be doing a few things. We've got my watch, which is going to be tracking the route, hopefully from start to finish. I do sometimes forget to turn it on when I've stopped for a little bit, so hopefully I remember. But we've also got the onboard Garmin, which is going to be logging our tracks, and then anytime I find something cool, I'm going to mark it on here so that I have reference of where it was. And then I also have my Starlink up front. I managed to get that thing mounted up again. It's not perfect, but I'm hoping it'll stay on there, which means that we will have our phone connected to Google Maps for this whole thing, and that's then going to allow me to drop pins on Google Maps as well. So this is somewhat of a challenge because we've got 400 miles to do over the next few days, but also like a recce because I know the certain spots around the lake that I've been to, but I don't know the ones that I haven't. This time we're going to basically hug the shoreline. We're going to go into every cove we possibly can. We are going to hit some issues with shallow water and things, but we're going to do our best to explore everything. So buckle up, grab a cup of tea, grab a beer, whatever you want. Ah man, that's what I forgot. Okay, we can stop and get some. I forgot beers for tonight for when we camp. Grab a drink and enjoy the adventure. So you guys know I'm going to be building out this camper van into my off-grid camper / tow rig for all of my further afield adventures. Well, even in its more rudimentary form, we're still using it for days at the beach and overnight camping trips. And right now we've actually got a portable AC running because it's been 110 degrees today. I've got my mini fridge going, which is keeping all my drinks cold. I've got Starlink up on the roof, and I'm charging up some camera gear here. And it is all being powered by this, which is the new Jackery Explorer 1000 V2. This is the smallest and lightest 1 kilowatt hour power station that you can get. It comes in at just under 11 kilos, which makes it super easy to transport. And the best thing about it is that you can charge it using solar panels, as we have been today, just getting the very last of the sunshine here, as well as using the 12-volt cigarette port on the van. Or if you're at home, you can plug it into a regular wall outlet. And so it doesn't matter whether you are parked up, on the road, or back at the house, you can always keep it topped up. One of my favorite features about this is that through the Jackery app, you can enable an emergency charging mode, which when it's plugged into a regular 110 household outlet, you can charge it from 0% to 100% in just an hour, which, if you're someone like me that often forgets to put them back on charge again after you've used them, is a game changer. Because there's been so many times when I've been ready to leave for an adventure and I haven't charged up my power station. So the fact that I can get it done in just an hour is so awesome. Not only that, but it also has Wi-Fi connectivity. So when I'm at the house, this can be in my garage, I can be at my office, and I can literally log into the app and see exactly how much power this has got, whether it needs a firmware update, all the stats, all the goodies right there on my phone. So I don't even have to get up to check. This thing puts out a massive 1500 watts, which when you look at what we're powering right now, and you consider we're only running at about 600 watts, watts, we've still got 900 watts of headroom to run anything else we might want. So whether you're just looking for off-grid power like me, or you want to keep this thing at the house as an emergency backup in case the power goes out, you can't go wrong with this new Explorer 1000 V2 from Jackery. I've been using Jackery products for years now, and I actually still have the very first one I ever got, and it still works great. So you know my commitment to you is I would never promote anything that I wouldn't spend my own money on, that I wouldn't use myself. And so if you're looking for a portable power solution, you can't go wrong with this Jackery. Right now is a great time to buy one as well, because Jackery are running their early Prime Day deals through July 7th, where you get up to 65% off a lot of the gear. But if you use my code E1000V2PD, which I will put on the screen and in a link in the description below, you're gonna get an extra discount on top of that. So there really is no better time to grab one of these things if you've been thinking about it. Anyway, thanks for listening, and let's get back to the episode. We picked a good day. The water is extra clear. Looks like tropical ocean water, which is nice because, like I said, we are going to hit some shallow bits. We're already at 4 feet. So to put the distance into perspective that we're trying to do today, when I ride to Catalina Island, that is 27 miles. And Lake Havasu's got 400 miles of shoreline. So we've got our work cut out for us. Temperature today is going to get up to about 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow looks like about 110. Cooling off to a lovely 86 to 90 degrees overnight. So yes, I have bought fans for the tent this time. All right, we've hit our first obstacle. There's all of this seagrass or lake grass, whatever you want to call it, up here. So I'm just idling through. If you ever find yourself on a PWC and you're going through this kind of stuff, obviously if you can avoid riding straight over it like I'm doing right now, but if you just let it idle, then you're usually okay. This thing's got IDF, so I can clear it out, but yeah, this kind of stuff is definitely not what you want to get tangled up in your jet pump, because it is a pain in the butt to get it out. I just can't get over how clear the water is today. I don't know what it is that makes certain days better than others. The water's always nice in Havasu. It's never stagnant, because obviously it always pushes through from the Davis Dam and then they let out the Parker Dam. So it's always getting refreshed, but it's like crystal clear. Now, an interesting fact that I found out when I was looking up the boundaries of Lake Havasu, because obviously it's fed by the Colorado River, so I wasn't sure how far north I had to go to hit the end of the technical lake. Well, it actually goes all the way up to Topot Gorge, which is cool for us because it means that we get to ride some of the cool, what I would consider river part. But I just always assumed that it ended right here at the top of the main lake, but apparently not. So we're going to go a lot further than I first anticipated. See all the turkey vultures sat up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's like 6 of them. I remember the first time I saw those when I moved out to the southwest. And it's kind of crazy because you always see them in like Lion King, right? And they're always like the baddies. And they're just kind of mellow birds. They just hang out. You just always associate them with like dead animals and stuff. So I really wish I could take you guys through here, but unfortunately, no wake, no PWC. Now these are called the toolies, and basically all of this grass, all these reeds here, make these awesome little channels that go through. And you can take a fishing boat back there. I can even take the switch, which is kind of crazy to me because if I can take the switch, why can't I take this? But anyway, you can't, no PWCs. But if we went back there, there are so many little fingers and channels that we could go and explore. But unfortunately, we're discriminated against, which I understand because you would definitely get idiots going back there and racing around and having collisions, so I understand, but also big bottom lip because it would be nice to go back there. But anyway, we can do a couple of the more open ones, show you what they look like. But one day I do want to get back there, whether I take the switch or maybe even get a kayak. It'd be fun to go explore. There are some cool cliffs that you can jump off back there. promising, it's a boat wake. You guys see that carp down there? Right there. Let's see how far we can get down this. Oh, just kidding. No PWCs allowed. A lot of you guys ask why I don't fish, and honestly, I'm kind of torn because catch and release fishing, you know, sounds good, but I just can't get over the fact that I love animals and the thought of catching one, even if I'm going to put it back, and even if it doesn't feel pain. Like, let's take all of those arguments out of it, right? Is it worth it to me to put something through that much stress just for me to like look at it and go, oh, look at this nice fish, and then throw it back in? And I'm not judging people that do, that's fine, in the same way that I don't judge anybody for the choices they make. My thing is just, I love animals, and that outweighs the amount that I want to catch them just to look at them and then throw them back. So that's why I don't do it. And trust me, I've really thought about it, like to the point where I've gone and looked for, you know, what is the least stressful or damaging way to catch a fish. But at the end of the day, if you hook a fish, it's fighting for its life because it doesn't know what's going on. And that's the part that I just can't get myself past. So no judgment to you guys that do it, none at all. I just can't morally do something like that. So that's why I don't fish. But it's still fun doing this, and I like free diving. I like looking at them that way, and I actually want to do some scuba diving out here on Lake Havasu as well. So maybe I'll be able to show you some fish content that way. So like the donkey I am, last night when I got my Starlink all set up, I left it on with the battery bank that I just charged up to 100%. So when I fired it up this morning, it was dead. I'm super smart, me. So this is the new fix. So I got rid of the link feet that have a plastic little thing. It works great for these accessories because they have something that hooks under. But when you're mounting them custom, you can only use the 2 quarter twists. There's not that one that goes underneath. And so they just end up, because they're plastic, they end up breaking. So this guy makes these studs that go into your regular link thing and then just give you a bolt that you can put a nut on top of. So I made these brackets, and we'll see. Hopefully they keep going. But let's see what the status is. This should have been charging. All right, good. So we're at 17% charge, and we're now outputting to the Starlink. So we should be getting some mobile phone signal. All right, optimizing connection. Sweet. We have internet from a SeaDoo. This is one of my favorite places to come on the river on holiday weekends and busy weekends. There's tons of boats up here, bunch of people having a good time, playing music, drinking. Just it's a fun place to be. And I know a lot of people like to go down into the channel, but it's just not my vibe. This is way more my cup of tea. But on days like this, it's pretty dead. I mean, there's like maybe 4 or 5 boats up here, a few families, and in the winter when I come up, oh, I mean, there's nobody here. And yeah, the water's definitely colder, but if you just want the peace and quiet and to be out in nature, it is stunning. And Diesel absolutely loves it here too. From flying the drone around, it looks like there's some cool little like pools that you just wouldn't be able to get access to, but all around here. So it's fun because when you ride the river and you think that you're just on the main body of water, there's actually a ton behind all these bushes here that you just don't see. So it's kind of cool to be able to get that bird's eye view and really get appreciation for it. But as much as I would love to stay here and chill, we are on a mission. So let's load up and keep heading up. We've got probably about another mile until we hit the technical north point of the lake, and then we're going to start making our way back down the other side. So I know somewhere up here there are actually petroglyphs. I've never found them, and I've never been able to find like solid GPS data on exactly where they are. I think you have to hike up a little way, but I think you can access them from the water. So if you're local, point them out to me. Let me know in the comments below if you have like GPS coordinates or something for it, because it'd be cool to find them and go and check them out. This area is full of Native American and ancient history, so you can find some really cool stuff. All right, here's a public service announcement. So over there are some boys fishing from their pontoon boat, and I see all too often people riding jet skis that will just go absolutely flying past guys that are tucked away in coves fishing. You know, they've clearly got lines in the water, they're clearly fishing, but people still ride like 10 feet away from them when there is the whole lake and whole river. I don't fish, I just told you that, but even I know, don't ride super close to them. There's no need to be ripping by people, and that doesn't just mean people fishing. Like if someone's just chilling, enjoying a little cove, don't go and make them all bounce around with your wake. I don't know, I love jet skiing, right? But I'm also very aware of the reputation that a lot of jet skiers give the rest of us, and it's annoying because there are a lot of us that aren't dickheads and we don't ride around causing issues and getting in people's way. So if you're a boat owner, just know that if you see me on the lake, I get it. Like, I don't like jet ski riders either, those jet ski riders. But yeah, I get it. I guess my PSA is just don't be the other guys. Like, be one of the good guys. Be one of the guys that the boaters don't mind having around. Ultimately, we're all sharing this. It's a great place to be, and there's no need for us to be pissing each other off. But prime example, this wake boat right here just went flying by about 10 feet away from them, and there is nobody else out here. So it isn't just us. Yeah, they're bouncing around over there now. Look how scary this is. So you come around this corner, look at this, just chilling under here. Big old rock. I've never noticed this before, and that is only probably 4 feet, 3 feet under the surface, that top bit. Call it rock depth 3 feet. There we go, marked. Now I know for next time. So I've actually been in this spot before. I found it in an old video, and some locals in the comments said that they call it Disneyland. But this is a great example of one of those little spots where you wouldn't notice it, and then all of a sudden you spot the tiny little cut through the reeds, and it opens up into something like this. But check this out. What a perfect little beach. Look at the size of that palm. I don't know what the rules are here because technically we haven't started our way into the Topot Gorge yet, which means that you may be able to camp here, and this spot is absolutely unreal. There's this like little pad here, which if you just cleared some of this out of the way would make for the perfect place to put a tent. You're right underneath this massive palm tree, and then you've just got this perfect sandy beach. I'm just not sure if you're allowed to camp this far up the river. It is starting to get hot now, so I am going to go take a little dip just to cool myself down. Oh, a lot of people ask, why do I wear black? Well, honestly, I don't get any hotter wearing this than I would if it was white or yellow or any other color. It is so thin and so breathable that it essentially is just wearable UPF that I don't have to put back on, but it doesn't make me any hotter than wearing, you know, a different color, so that's why. One of the lessons that I learned on one of the longer trips that I did last summer, or no, God, it was probably 2 summers ago now, where I did about 160 miles in a day, is that water is not enough. You can drink as much water as you want, but it's just so hot and you sweat so much that you need those electrolytes. So this is just water, but I have a spare water bottle and I've got like 4 packs of electrolytes to make sure that I keep myself topped up, because yeah, you just drink and drink and drink and then you pee and it's bright orange. It's also a massive carp just cruised up. So we just got to the official top of the lake, and this jet boat's coming back. This thing is so sick. Look at that little guy. Man, I want one of those so bad. But that is the end of Lake Havasu, beginning of Topop Gorge. So we're now going to cross over and we're going to make our way back down the other side and start working south on the lake and go see what we can find. Oh, and also, welcome to California. So that's Arizona, that's California, and the state line runs directly down the middle of the river. So cheap gas, expensive gas. Any guns you want? No guns. Look at this little island. How cool is that? Like, I wonder how that little tree ended up growing just there. Just a little rocky outcrop, and then he's like, a little baby seed, boink. This is where I want to be. Almost looks like one of those bonsai trees. You know, you get like the mini bonsai trees and they like put them on a rock and stuff. That's what that reminds me of. Isn't nature wild? I wonder if this guy talks shit about these guys over here because they're peasants that live on the mainland and he's got his own island. What is this treasure? That looks like a piece of somebody's dock. That's wild. That's metal too. That's like rusted off. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a little bit too big for me to take with me, so yeah. I wasn't filming, but I just beached a ski by accident. I was gonna go through there, but this is a lot shallower than I thought. I'll just have to push it back over again. Or hit it with enough speed, kill the engine, glide, and then get the ignition back on, jet boat style. All right, let's see if we can do this. Ready? Jet boat style. Here we go, and kill it. We're through. Start it. Hey! That's how you do it. I think I just spotted it. So I've been told for a long time that there is a croc in here. And everybody says that it's bullshit, but I've always believed it. And I think I just saw it. Holy shit, oh my God, it's right there. Let me go slowly so I don't scare it off. Did you guys see it? Right there? No way! I thought it was always just a myth. Guys, the Lake Havasu Croc. I'm sorry, I'm all by myself. I gotta do something to keep myself entertained. So keep your eyes peeled along this riverbank for wild donkeys, because this is all Chemehuevi Indian Reservation back here, and there are tons of donkeys. Every now and again you'll see them just chilling. This is pretty gross though. It's like an old boat over there. If you lost a camo boat, it's right here. And also if you lost the hull of your jet ski, it's there. So some of the properties over here on the Indian Reservation are actually waterfront, and both Amanda's mum and Amanda's auntie have two of the plots of land here that have the most amazing view from the back garden, just looking out over the lake. They've even got their own boat launch. Pretty sick. So with the exception of Nevada, every time you see a casino in America, it has to be on tribal land. So this is the Chemehuevi Casino. They used to have an old one down there, and then they built the new one, which has got a hotel attached to it. It's a good time in there, good fun. If you want to get over from Havasu and go do a bit of gambling, they don't have many games in there, but they got a few table games and then slots and things, so it's well worth taking the boat over to come check it out if you've never done it before. Drinks are very well priced, and yeah, we have a good time whenever we come here. So if you're in Havasu and you don't want to go all the way up to Laughlin, which is the next nearest set of casinos, this is your best bet. Let's see what's in the pantry. A little larva. Well, I feel like so far so good. Definitely found some spots that I didn't know about before, which has been nice. We do have a long way to go. We've done 35 miles and we've got 400 miles of coastline. Now obviously we're not going to ride a full 400 because each little teeny tiny bit of coastline or shoreline isn't rideable. But we've still got the entire of the lake to do. So miniature white cliffs of Dover. So I just came around the corner into this cove, and I don't know if you can see over there behind me, there's a pontoon. I saw somebody throw a dog toy in the water, and this nice dog ran into the water, and as I got around the corner, I saw butt cheeks in a thong. But it was a big man wearing a cowboy hat. Not what I was expecting. This is kind of cool. You can see the animal tracks coming down the hills, and then it leads through to this little opening here where the trees are grown like this, where obviously the donkeys and animals have been coming down and drinking from the water here. Look how crazy that is. Just that line through the middle of the rock. You can see the different compositions. That's super cool. It's kind of a cool little campsite. Got a little shade tree, put your tent back there. It looks relatively flat, and then you're just in this nice little lagoon. This looks plenty sandy enough that you could anchor the ski and then just swim out. Right now I'm directly opposite Havasu Riviera Marina, and they have gas, and I've got about a half a tank left. We've done 48 miles, so it's about right. I always tell people, like, you get about 100 miles to a tank on one of these skis. You can get more if you eco it, but normal riding, expect between 80 and 100 miles depending on how you're on the throttle. So yeah, let's go get some fuel. I'm going to refill my water while I'm there, and then we can keep on going. It's definitely getting hot. It's almost 2 o'clock, so we're getting to almost the hottest part of the day. So I might have to go in for another little dip. So I've got to come up with a bit of a game plan, because there aren't any campsites on the California side of the lake. Once you pretty much go south of where I am now, it all just turns pretty rocky. All the campsites are over this side on the Arizona side. So what I might do is switch, and we'll ride down on this side, and then we'll come back the other side tomorrow, because I'm going to need to find a campsite tonight, and that way then I won't be having to cross over, look for something. I think that's a solid game plan. Yeah, I'm pooped. It just kind of hit me all of a sudden. I think it's time for some electrolytes. I reckon we'll probably be able to put 10 gallons, maybe 12 gallons in a... Look at that, 10.7 gallons. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about.
You're good to go.
Perfect, thanks very much.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. I haven't had an El Tib in a long time. This is one of my favorite beers from a place here in town. So the thing that I was going to tell you about that I want to do when I go camping is try different beers. Like, I remember doing this a lot when I lived back in England. You go to like the mix and match section with the beer and then get, like, you know, a little IPA or whatever. I'm not a huge IPA fan, but just like the different local craft brew type things, rather than just buying a 6-pack or a 12-pack of the same beer. Obviously in there they didn't have the ability to do that, so I got those El Tiburons, which I do love and haven't had for a while, so I'm very excited about those. But leave some comments down below, recommend me some cool beers that I can try, and I'll either order them online or I'll keep my eye out, and then every time we go on a camping trip I'll take 2 or 3 with me and we can do a little beer review and try out some of the ones that you guys like. Well, it's definitely not the most glamorous campsite, but it'll do. And actually, because we're camping, instead of going up there where there's that table and shade and stuff, I'm going to make lunch right here in this little swampy nook, because, you know, authenticity and all that. So I drunk bought a new gadget that I want to try, and I figure it would actually be perfect for lunch. It is a little portable stove. teeny tiny thing that you can use sticks to burn and cook your food with it. So we're gonna see how good it is. I also have this little griddle as well, which I'm really excited about using. So it's a tiny titanium pop-up stove that allows you to heat food up. And in just 7 to 10 business days, it pops together super easy with no slices to your fingers from this razor sharp sheet metal. Yes, yes, last bit. Like I was saying, super simple. Just put it together like that. Like that, just really quick, and then you've got a little campfire. There is no breeze in here. Whew. All right, let's see how dry all of this is. See if we can't get a little ember going. I just found this that's got like a bunch of little seeds on it, so it's very, very dry. So we'll see if this takes off. Gonna use a match. This camera keeps overheating, so I've had to switch to my POV GoPro, but we have fire. There you go, 2-day-old curry. I'm not sure if that black smoke is toxic or what, but I hear sizzling. We are heating food using just sticks that we found. So my little lizard friend is up there just looking at me. You know what? I'm actually quite impressed. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's really smoky. There we go. She's hot. Look at that. Yeah, definitely impressed. I'm not sure that this is the best stuff to burn because it does look like it gives off a kind of a black smoke, but hey ho, it heated up my curry. Ah, you bastard. How's that for a little lunch? Not too shabby. Now, in full transparency, I did bring some bread to make as well to go with this. I'm too hot. Too hot, too exhausted right now to try my bread. Here comes my little lizard friend. That's really hot. Ha! Flip me, that's even hotter, the metal bit. Don't touch that. He's so funny, he's like super curious. I wonder if lizards like curry. Try and take all the curry off it. And we're off again. So it's now 3:45. Sunset, it doesn't say, but sunset is around 8:30 at the moment. So we've got a good, I would say, 3 hours of riding until we need to start looking for camp. I think around 6:37 is when I should be starting to think about where I'm going to go. What I'm going to do is actually go back over the other side. I know that I said that we were going to head down the California side. Problem is it's quite busy and I'm essentially going against traffic if I do that. And going in and out of all the little coves, all it takes is for somebody to be coming the other way on a fast ski and then we have ourselves a little collision. So I'm going to stick to the right-hand side of the lake, so the California side. Did I say California earlier? I don't know, I'm hot. But I'm going to stay on the California side, which is the far side, and then once I'm ready to set up camp, I'll zip across to the Arizona side to find that. But I feel better now I've got food in me, and we have some liquids in us, and with a bit of a breeze, I should start to cool down a little bit. So this is Copper Canyon, and this is like a big party spot. People come in here, hang out. There's some cliff jumping over there. There's a sick photo from Copper Canyon back in like the 90s, I think, or early 2000s, where it is just wall-to-wall boats. You literally couldn't get another boat in there. It looks crazy. I think those Havasu days are gone, but still gets pretty busy in here. What a crazy looking place. Looks like Mars or something, doesn't it? Hey, ducky. Thought that was a Loch Ness Monster for a minute. That's wild. Look at that. Whole tree still in the water. There's actually one right there too. That's crazy. Look, they've even put a little tiki torch on the top so people can see it at night. Oh, I wonder how deep that goes. What are we in? 13 feet. So I mean that's easily a 25, 30 foot tree. Insane. Donkey! I see a donkey! There he is, look! It's gonna be hard for you to see, he's right up there. What's up, donkey friend? Where's your other friends? Some of them are super friendly and you can like hand feed them. When me and Amanda were coming back from our little camping trip, we came across a big group of them and I forget what we were feeding them. Apples, strawberries, I don't know. But they were coming up to the car window and quite happily taking it from Amanda. And then others are pretty skittish. I don't think he was too bothered about me. Look how insane that is. Wow, this is a really cool cove. Yeah, seeing like the little mountains in the foreground and then slowly building up to those massive ones back there. Just like, I don't know if this camera does it justice, but it looks amazing. Look at that for a little spot. I think that's probably another place where the animals come down this little trail here, have a drink. Might actually go for a dip right here because it's starting to overheat again. Yeah, it feels better. Whew. This would actually be a pretty cool campsite too. Just pitch the tent right up here. Oh, with that breeze, it actually feels a bit cold. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. So I just spotted this here. Don't try not to fall in. Tony Barrett. Please open a cold beer and give a toast to our friend Tony. He loved the solitude of this cove and would relax here with his dogs and a cold beer in hand. Oh, I can see why you did, Tony. If I wasn't riding, I would open a cold beer, but I'll open one for you later, mate. Obviously I'm not showing you this whole thing because it would have taken us 6 hours already, but I'm literally going into every single one of these little coves and exploring and seeing how far back they go, because some of them, you look at it like from the front, it looks like nothing, and then you go through and it'll just keep winding back, or it'll open up into like a big bowl. Oh, it's lovely and cool in the shade of this big old cliff behind me. So we're almost at the southernmost part of the lake now, which is a good sign. The sun is starting to go down. I know there's a bunch of campsites over on the other side, so that's where we're going to stay tonight. But it'd be nice if we can get all of this side done, so that tomorrow we can make our way back up the other side. That spot where I found that grave, I don't know what it was about that place. As I pulled up to it, it was just a special place. And after seeing that grave and reading the little note on there, it really touched me. Like I don't know. I felt sad. I could imagine that guy up there drinking a beer with his dogs, looking out over the lake. I don't know why it connected with me so much, but that's definitely a place that I'd like to go back to. That'd be a good little like day spot, and then we could also camp there too. My campsite is in sight, kind of. It's over there somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where yet, but get off my leg, you bastard. I'm just gonna go and fill up my water bottle so that I've got plenty of water for this evening, because I feel like I'm gonna need to do some serious rehydration when we get to shore. So we're just gonna stop off at Havasu Springs. Can I get a Diet Coke, and is there any chance you can fill this up with ice water for me? Thanks, dude. Thanks, guys. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and undecideds, it is time to go and find camp for the night. It's still hot as balls, but yeah, let's see if we can't find ourselves a campsite pretty quick and then get set up. So far it's been a 85-mile day, which I've done more in a day, but I think because of the type of riding it's been, and I just realized I was standing up for like 98% of it. I really haven't sat down today, and so when I sat back down on my ski to drink my Coke a minute ago, I was like, oh, it feels good. I didn't realize how much my back and my stomach have been like holding. So anyway, enough talk, let's go find a campsite. Another place we're not allowed to go. No wake, no personal watercraft, no camping, no fires. I said I was going to do the whole lake, so I'm getting as close as I possibly can. This is kind of a cool campsite right here. The sun's super bright, so you probably can't see it very well, but it's got like grass and everything, which is very odd for Lake Havasu. The only thing is, I did want to have a campfire tonight to cook my food, and I'm not going to be able to do it if there's grass around, so we'll go see if we can find a slightly more sandy, rocky one. I think we might have found it. Home sweet home. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. This is perfect. We've got nice sand. This is soft as well, so the ski's not going to get all beat up. Got some nice greenery. This is like a really nice little mix of everything. And then we are going to get a beautiful view of sunset. And in the morning, sunrise will come over this hill at some point. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Let's get the tent up. So this tent is actually brand spanking new, and it's the exact same one that me and Diesel camped in when we got caught in that monsoon, and it did so well that I decided to buy it again. My last one had a hole in the ground sheet because the ground sheet is all as one with this, so I actually have a footprint now to go under it to save the tent ground sheet so that it doesn't get these little rocks and sticks and things going through the bottom of it. But it's just a cheapy Amazon one. I'll link it in the description below because honestly, for the money, it is phenomenal. It's so fresh and nice in here. Whew. Man, there is no breeze. So if you watched my last camping video with Diesel, I didn't take any of my fans with me, and it was so hot and so still up until the point where it started to thunder and lightning for 6 hours. But this time I bought 3 fans, so we are going to be so good tonight. Okay, done. Here we go, the moment I've been waiting for. And breathe. There are a few better feelings than this moment. We've had a long day, good day, like it's a good tired. Lots of sun, lots of sights. And you just get to sit and relax in your little chair. Camp is made. Got my little fire ring set up for dinner later. SeaDoo is chilling. Tent is all ready. Kitchen, pantry, everything's up there. You having a beer? You want a beer? Should we have a beer? Yeah, let's have a beer. I've got a beer. Open it with me. I'll wait. You got it? All right, cheers. Let's start with the beer reviews as part of the camping episodes. This is El Tiburon, which means the shark, and it is made by Mudshark Brewery here in Lake Havasu, and it is a Mexican lager brewed with jalapeno peppers, salt and lime, I think. Yeah, jalapenos, squeeze of lime, pinch of salt. So it's like, sounds weird, but it's like spicy, but in a really good way. If you have ever tried a michelada, or you know what a michelada is and you like them, this beer in a michelada is phenomenal. Oh, and it's just as good as I remember. Like, honestly, a 9 out of 10 beer. I absolutely love this. There goes the sun. So the Starlink system didn't work for a lot of today. A lot of you people, when I built that thing, said in the comments that would the battery not overheat, being in the sealed Pelican case. And when I built it, it didn't. I ran it with 2 batteries, ran it all day, no issues, ran it on the Can-Am, I've ran it on the SeaDoo, I've ran it on the Switch, no problems. But that was in the winter. And today it was, 108, 109. And the battery did overheat, and then that made it stop charging. Went into safety mode. So that battery now only has like 4% battery. So I think it was like cooling down, kicking on. Starlink could come up for a second, and then it would overheat, go back off again. So I'm going to have to look into either figuring out a way to cool that box, or look at different batteries to run the Starlink. Got the Starlink up now anyway. Got it running off my other battery pack. So just checking in with Amanda, checking on emails, picking up stuff from today. But it's just nice to be off grid. A lot of people are like, why do you want Starlink when you go camping? I go camping to get away from it. Like, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But it's nice just to like check in, make sure everything's good, and then disconnect again. And just enjoy the view. So this is called a fuzzy ant. And it's not an ant, it's actually a type of wasp. But they got no wings. But they can sting you, so don't even touch me. See you later. Yeah, I thought it was a beetle at first, and then I googled him. And fuzzy ants, or cow killers, which is funny. Apparently they do hurt if they sting you, but they don't fly or anything. They usually hang around by themselves. So He's obviously just come down for a little chill down at the water. Let's go and have a little walk and see what's around, shall we? Obviously the last people here made the most of this. Very fancy, look, we've even got our own toilet this time. Holy moly, look at all those ants. That is crazy. How are we looking? Yeah, not too shabby. Got some TP in here. How's that for a view? It's funny how used to air conditioning you become, where like everything that isn't air conditioned just feels so hot. Like right now it feels so nice because I've been in 110 degrees all day. But yeah, I guarantee you if I was at home and I walked out of my nice air conditioned house into this, I'd be like, oh, it's too hot, quick, let's go inside. Those fans are going to feel so nice tonight. Could actually steal some of this charcoal. Help get the fire going. So I did bring 3 logs just in case, because I wasn't sure what we would have, and to be honest, it's probably for the best. There doesn't look like there's much dead wood around here, and I'm not going to be cutting down anything that isn't dead, so that'll be plenty to cook some dinner. Ready? Hey! Look at that! How good does that look? Hey guys, do you want to come on a manly camping trip? No, me neither. I've got twinkly lights. Alright, well, we should probably start getting this fire burning so that we can make some food. Note to self, remember to bring some little like kindling tinder type fire starter, because I don't know why this isn't starting. It is dry as hell and it is basically dust, but for whatever reason it doesn't want to start. But I did bring this, which seems like cheating, but at least it will get us going. There we go. And now we wait. Once that's burnt down, we've got some coals. I can get my little grill out. Tonight we're doing hot dogs. Yeah, looks pretty good. Oh, perfect. Alrighty, well, dogs are almost done. Let's toast our buns, shall we? So I just wanted to go super simple tonight because I had a feeling that after today I would be pretty pooped. I was not wrong. So we are literally just going to do hot dogs. I've got some mustard, I've got some hot sauce, and I've got some sauerkraut. Mustard and hot sauce, you might think it's kind of a weird mix, but I put hot sauce on literally everything. And this is a really good one. It's like a garlic hot sauce, so it's not super spicy, but super tasty. Oh, that was a heavy pour of sauerkraut there. And there you have it. a little hot dog, mustard, sauerkraut. Honestly, sometimes just keeping it simple is the way to go. Got my second beer going. What a way to end the day. So one of my mates has just started a company that does these like body wipes, but apparently they work really well. He's just started the company, so he sent me a pack, so I'm going to give that a whirl tonight because I'm smelling a bit ripe after today. Alright, wiener number 2 coming up. Steady. How's that? I'll tell you how it is. So good. Well, I guess it's a good job I got the tent, because there are tons of these big spiders. I believe they call these daddy longlegs over here. In the UK, a daddy longlegs is a flying one, but I think here that's a daddy longlegs. They're completely harmless. Look, there's like little baby ones as well. Right there. Not worried about them. I just don't particularly want one crawling over my face. Yeah, look. Tons of them. Look. Another one there. Well, I guess one of them made it in. Big bugger too. Alright, let's get him out. Alright, bud. You gotta go. Just climb on here. That'd be great. There you go. Speedy. And then gone. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what this is all about. This is my buddy's new product. Literally, this is the first time I've even opened the packet. Yeah. So they're just like cloths. You get 25, I think, to a bag. Yeah. Oh, they smell really good. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do, you know, everything on camera, but we'll do our face and we'll see how that does. 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounces. Oh. All right, we're definitely lathering up. Well, there we go. That is one grubby washcloth. Definitely gets the muck off. And then no need to rinse. Just towel off. Alright, I'm going to do the other bits off camera and I'll let you know how I feel. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with those. I've been using these like really thick wet wipes for the longest time, and they're fine, but you end up feeling like clammy after you've used them. And the nice thing about this is that even though it goes on as like a lather when you put it on, once you dry off with a towel, then you feel good. Like, I literally feel like I've had a shower. So that's nice. And my pits were ripe and they don't smell as ripe. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a full shower, but for when you're out on the trail. So yeah, I'm not being paid to tell you this. This is my mate's company. I told him I'd give them a whirl, and if they're any good, I'll let you know. One of the really cool things is that for every bag sold, they will give 5% to trail advocacy charities. RZ, my buddy who came up with these, is a massive off-roader, really big part of the community, and so he wanted to create something by the people for the people and be able to give back. So yeah, really cool product. So yeah, like I say, not being paid, but I do like to tell you when I get good things. And RZ, this is sick. I really like this. I'll be using this on future adventures for sure. And now comes the bougie time. Not one, not two, but 3 fans. Oh yeah, buddy. This is massively overkill, but why not? Boom, one there. One there, one there.
Morning guys, that sun is super bright. So 7.5 hours sleep last night, hour and 36 of deep, 4 hours 32 of light, 1 hour 23 of REM. I was awake for 19 minutes. Well, everything is where it should be. Got the tent packed up so I can just grab all my stuff, chuck it in the bags. So I think this morning, am I going to try and make a fire? We'll see. I want to cook up some brekkie this morning. But first, we need a cup of tea. This is one of those Jetboil clones. I forget what the brand is even. But if you've been on the fence about getting Jetboil, but you don't want to spend the $100 odd, buy the clone. They work just as well. I've had this thing now for like 3 years, and it works great. Never had any issues with it. Heats water nice and quick. So if you don't want to spend Jetboil money, check them out. Perfect. Little fans. Beautiful. What a way to start the morning. So I actually had to turn off these little fans last night because it cooled down plenty. So about 4 o'clock, had to wake up, went for a wee and turned the fans off. Zipped up that little sleeping bag thing and it was perfect. It's like a really good hot weather camping tip. Because if you're like me and you like to be covered by something, but you also don't want to be sweaty, it works really well. So we've got plenty of juice left in the fans, which is actually really nice, especially this one. Right then, it's brekkie time. I'm going to try out this new little gadget that I just got on the theme of like minimal camping gear. This is my stove. It's a little titanium thing and you just fold it out like that, attach it to a gas bottle. That's it. Woo! We're good. Look at that! Little griddle. Alright, what are we cooking this morning? What was I gonna do? Eggs, sausage patties, and then some beans. The musical fruit, the more you eat, the more you toot, the more you toot, the better you feel. So let's have beans for every meal. Oh, did water get in? I think water got into my sausage patties. Oh well. It's only water. How did these get so wet? Yuck. Alright, standing up for this. This is definitely going to squatter. I deployed the mini umbrella as well. It's honestly pretty good considering how cheap it was. Like the ability to move each one of these knuckles, and it's kind of got like a weird shape to it. You can basically put it where you want it. It's giving me a bit of shade here, which is nice because the sun is hot already. Normally I like to fry my eggs in butter, but I got butter.
Oh, we broke that one. Not gonna lie, not the best eggs I've ever cooked, but hey, it's camping, it's rustic. It's meant to be like that. Alrighty. I can't be asked to do the beans, not gonna lie. The thought of opening the tin and getting a new pan out and heating them up and putting them on, and yeah, it just seems like a lot right now. So we are just gonna do some protein, some hot sauce. Oh, actually, I do have some sauerkraut left. I don't know if it was the sauerkraut last night, but ooh, we woke up to a fanfare this morning. Knife and fork. Well, there you go, guys. Little camp breakfast, sausage patties, fried eggs, sauerkraut, hot sauce. Delicious. I've got to admit, I've never been a fried egg person. I've always been a poached egg person, but Amanda introduced me to fried eggs because that's how she likes to cook hers, but with butter. And I feel like with butter, it's less greasy and more tasty than just with oil. Obviously, all I had today was olive oil, so it is what it is. But not bad at all. Not the most photogenic Pinterest-looking plate I've ever made, but delicious nonetheless. Good little protein kick to get the day off right, and super easy. Made it in one little skillet, barely any cleanup. Sort of like when I'm camping. That's honestly what I love the most about camp cooking, is the simplicity of it. And I really enjoy coming up with camping recipes that are simple and can be made using basic cooking stuff, one pot, whatever. So that's something that I want to be doing more of, and I've been looking into a lot of like cool recipes to try when I come and do these camping trips. But if you have any, then let me know in the comments below. Drop a recipe or just like a little bullet point of stuff you like to cook at camp, because I'm always looking for new things to do. All done. So I guess all that's left to do now is break down camp, load it back on the ski, and then we've got to finish the rest of these coves on the way up. I was looking at my watch last night, that shows you like a really basic map of Lake Havasu, and I hit every single cove. Every one that you're allowed into, there were some that were buoyed off, and then there were others that you could see to the end of them, so there was no point in actually like riding into them. But every one where I couldn't see where it ended, I rode it. So it's a pretty crazy looking map, like in and out, in and out, in and out, all the way around. Now I think there are more coves on this side, so we'll rip through those, see if we can't find anything cool while we're in there. Lots of campsites as well, so I think today probably what I'm going to do is document my favorite looking campsites, so that if I want to come back out, then I know where the good ones are without having to do what I did last night and ride until I found one. But this is a good one. I would definitely stay here again. I like this spot. So I had somebody leave a comment on one of my last videos where I did the dishes in the lake, and she was like, oh my god, I can't believe you would try and wash things in the lake where God knows what's in there, and oh. And I'm like, part of me understands. It's not exactly the cleanest of water. There's boats in it and fish poop in it and all the rest of it. But also, when you cook stuff, you get it so hot anyway before you use it that really anything else that's on it is dead. Now, I will say, stuff like this, because this is only going to be a 2-day trip, I'll take this all home and stick it in the dishwasher so that it's all fresh for my next camping trip. But if I was going on somewhere else tonight and I was going to be out here another day, then I'd quite happily use this again. I mean, I feel like more people need to get dirt under their fingernails and, you know, not be hand sanitizing every 5 minutes, because I think your immune system would thank you for it. The one thing I am going to get, which I just didn't pack this time, is some Clorox wipes, because at least then I can wash them like this to get the food off of them, and then I can use the Clorox wipes and that will kill anything that's on it. So just as like extra protection, you could always do that, but I'm really not that arsed about it. Like, I've gotten to be 36 and, you know, done stuff like this all my life, so I'm sure I'll be fine. Oh, breaking down camp is the worst part. I've been procrastinating for so long. I've just fed that duck over there for like the last 20 minutes. And I'm getting absolutely lit up by red ants. They are horrible little buggers. Just all of a sudden you'll look down and there'll just be one like biting you for no reason. You've not felt it crawl anywhere on you, and then they just gets to one point and it goes, yeah, right here. And then they itch like crazy. Okay, let's get packed up. I don't know why it's taken me so long to pack up today. What time is it? Yeah, it's almost 12. I've literally been sat here for like 3 hours. Now look at the size of that hornet that's taking a drink. Oh, see you later. Don't come near me. Yeah, today was going to be hotter than yesterday. So I'm glad we got the majority of the riding done yesterday. Alright, last little look around. Everything's good. Ducky's fine. Got some little apple pieces. Alright, skis all packed. Let's wrap this up. I am ready to get some air conditioning, that is for sure. Alright, let's do this. Huh, look at that little thing. There's just this rock bar right here in the middle, and then somebody's built a little rock castle on it, rock tower. Oh, this is a sick campsite. Look at that. So you've got your own little secluded cove back here. You could easily just anchor the ski. And then you've got this like rock bridge that links this, and then the campsite is up there. Little shade tree. Oh, this is sick. This might be the best one I've found. Like even just for like hanging out for the day, this would be cool. Bring the switch, put it right here. You can jump on the beach. All right, we're marking it 100%. Check out all these birds on their nests. Hello everyone. That's awesome. Look, they're up on the top there, all up here. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen this many. That's amazing. Not trying to get too close, I don't want to spook them all off their nests. They're all just hanging about here. Oh, they're over here too. Wow, this is the spot. Apparently, this is the lakefront property. See them all up there, just all tucked up in the shade. And that's a great spot as well because the sun comes up there, comes over and goes down there. So that will be in shade basically the whole day. So this is the cove coming up with this white boat where me and Diesel survived the night in the monsoon. Holy moly, I just came across this cove. All of this is no wake and it is full. It's actually pretty cool because there's sand dunes up there. Holy houseboat. America, yeah, coming on. Always love seeing that. Ooh, what's in here? Oh, nothing. It's kind of cool though. Got this little wall here. Almost there, guys. Light at the end of the tunnel. This has been a lot more challenging than I thought, considering the total ride over 2 days currently is about 120 miles. I've done way bigger rides than that in one day and not felt this exhausted. I think it's probably a combination of the heat, but also the fact that I've had to go into every single little cove. So instead of just riding straight, which is relatively easy, I've pretty much been like stood up and turning the whole time. So yeah, I am pooped. I'm looking forward to getting in some air conditioning, sitting on the couch, decompressing a little bit, and then I've got to get this video edited. But we're here, London Bridge. Once we get through the snow wake, it is literally just a straight shot back to the boat ramp. We're almost there. And we made it. Woo! 35 miles ridden today. Not too shabby. Woo! We're back, tied up, officially done. I just rode the entire of Lake Havasu, every single cove that you're allowed in, over 2 days. That was cool. I learned a lot. I definitely got a lot of cool new spots where I can go camping, places where I can go stop for the day, places where I'd like to go either free diving or scuba diving. So yeah, stoked on that. And if you guys have ever thought about coming out to Lake Havasu, highly recommend it. It is a great place. If you've got any questions about where things are, let me know in the comments below. There was honestly too many for me to list out everything. So if you have anything specific that I can help you with, drop a comment and I'll do my best to let you know where that place was or answer any questions that you've got. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe because I'd love to see you here again. I do a lot of this type of content, lots of cool toys, lots of fun adventures to go on. And I'll keep making the content as long as you keep watching it. So until next time guys, be good people, make good choices, but most importantly remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do. See ya.